You know, when you start to learn something totally new, you sometimes feel like the stupidest person in the entire world. It happened to me a lot of times because I have started many things in my life, many little hobbies here and there, started to learn a new language, and all of these things made me realize that the first time when you are a total beginner, it's going to suck. You will not feel successful at it. Because how can you? You just started doing this. And it takes some time to develop a totally new skill. It takes time to learn a new instrument, learn a new software, or learn a totally new language. And many people stop in the beginning because it doesn't feel like you can actually make it, you can actually learn it. It feels like it's so hard and it's not going anywhere. I have been learning to play the piano for around 3 years, I guess. Most of the time it was very hard and I didn't feel like I was making any progress. But recently, I am noticing that all of the things that I have been accumulating in those 3 years, they are now coming together, and I realize how much I have learned because now things are much easier. Right now, I can feel the results of my hard work. And it's the same with learning a new language many times. I have also been learning French by myself, mostly using Duolingo. It's not sponsored or anything. Just 5 minutes a day, 5 or 10 minutes a day. In 3 years, now I can understand what people are saying in general when I hear a French conversation. And it used to be just like a melody, you know? It used to be just random mumblings and random sounds. And it felt like music to my ears because I couldn't understand anything at all. And when I first started to learn French, and it's the same with many languages, I guess with every language, I felt like I was never going to learn it, you know? It felt so hard, it felt so difficult, and the how to form sentences in French, it was not fun, not fun at all. Like, it was so hard. I felt really, really like I felt stupid, to be honest. And now things are changing because I have put enough time and efforts into learning this language that now I can understand complete sentences, you know, when I hear it. Now I can speak here and there, speak a couple of words, and get my point across in most situations. It's just a side hobby thing for me. I mean, it's just a side something to me. I don't set like a goal saying I will learn this language in a year because I need it for work or I need it for travel. It's not like that. It's just something I do to keep my mind engaged and keep myself learning new things all the time. I think it benefits the brain. I think it makes you see things in a different perspective whenever you learn a new language, you unlock a whole new part of your brain. Anyways, what I am trying to say does not depend on learning a new language. It's just an example. It can be many things. The first time you try to learn how to drive, for example, it's really scary and you don't trust yourself. You feel ashamed of yourself even when you make a mistake that everyone else who have already learned that skill doesn't make. You think to yourself, oh my god, they're going to judge me so hard for this. You know what? Many times the people who have gone through that journey will not judge you for going through that journey because they know that they have begun exactly where you began. And it took some time and effort for them to get there. So, more than likely, they will appreciate you trying to learn this. Because, yeah, it is hard. Whenever you try to learn something new, it's going to be hard. And you don't need to give up because you don't feel like you are making progress. If you're talented at something, you will progress much faster. You will see the progress much clearer and faster. But you can learn pretty much anything. And I want you to keep an open mind when it comes to what you are capable of, what you can integrate, and what you can learn. And this doesn't depend on age either. Like your age has nothing to do with what you are capable of, what you can begin. I mean, if you are 50, you can decide that you are going to learn to play whatever instrument you want to play, or you can develop some skill that will allow you to change careers even. Maybe if you are listening to this and you are older than me, you might be thinking, well, yeah, it's easy to say that when you are that young, but it doesn't happen like that when you get to my age. I understand that, I can empathize with that, but at the same time, I believe that humans are much more capable of doing like more stuff than they think. How do I know that? Because for many things that I have wanted in life, many things that I have wanted to try out, try to learn, I had this block in my mind that I can't do it, I can't start to do it, I can't learn that new thing because of X, Y, Z. When I tried to do it, just taking a leap of faith, I noticed that I can actually do it. I mean, maybe sometimes it's harder. My brain isn't as neuroplastic as a 4-year old. I don't even know if that's a real term or not. But, anyways, it can't retain information like a child. And I agree on that. But it doesn't need to stop me altogether. I can still give some of my energy to the things that I want to learn about, and I can still improve and compare myself to my previous self and not with people who started at age 4. I can't compete with them, but I can compete with my previous self, definitely. So I want you to keep an open mind about the things that you can do, things that you can start. No matter your age, no matter your life situation, you just need to start and see where it is going. See where it's going when you consistently give enough efforts and give it enough time, is what I am trying to say. Many people do the mistake of starting things only to realize that it is hard in the beginning and only to quit because it's hard. Yeah, it's hard, you know. As a baby, walking was hard for you because you were going to do it for the first time. If you have never done it in your entire life, if you have never used that part of your brain, used that part of your body, if you have never been in the gym, it's going to be hard the first time. You will probably feel terrible, maybe not, but most of the time you will probably cringe at yourself and you will be self-conscious. Self-conscious? I have no English right now. The first time is always a little bit weird, and you don't need to let it stop you. I mean, you shouldn't. If you do, then it stops right there and doesn't move. But we want things moving, right? In this channel, we want things moving, okay? We don't want to get stuck on anything. And I don't want you or anybody to make the mistake of trying something out and deciding it's not for them in the first try. Because sometimes with enough time and with enough consistency, you can find out that it is actually for you because you will gain more confidence. You will gain more belief in yourself that you can actually be successful at something. You can actually enjoy something. When you see your own progress, you start to enjoy it a lot. Some people like the process of learning in itself. I am one of those people. I like a little bit of challenge, not too much, but whenever I am learning new things, I like the mental challenge aspect of it. I feel like I am playing a game. I am playing a game of stretching my mental cognitive abilities, you know? I am totally butchering my words. There have been many times where people that I know came to me and said, I am not talented at anything. And I am like, what do you mean you are not talented at anything? You probably are, but you just don't know it yet because you didn't try. And I asked them, well, did you try? Did you try to learn that thing or did you try? For example, somebody will say, I suck at painting. And I ask them, well, did you try? And they say, oh yeah, I tried once. And I'm like, what do you mean you tried once? Once doesn't mean anything. If you have done something like just once or twice for a couple of times even, you don't know anything about it. I do believe that there is nuance to that. Like sometimes you can know, okay, for example, I don't think mountaineering is for everybody, you know. But I'm not talking about things that are considered more extreme in the general population. I'm thinking about more regular stuff that can be improved with consistent work. Language learning, musical instruments, music theory, learning how to operate a machine, learning new coping skills. I mean, the examples are endless. This can be hobbies, work related. Whenever you are going to learn a new skill, you need to give it enough time for it to develop. Like, for example, a woman becomes pregnant. Does she go into labor the exact time she became pregnant? I mean, even saying that is absurd, right? I mean, the baby needs to develop in the mother's womb, and your skills need to develop in yourself. You need to develop those skills in time and with consistency. You need to nurture your skills, you need to nurture your talents. Otherwise, talents by itself will take you only so far. And I know this from my own life experience as someone who was talented at drawing and who went to art school. But I observed that the people who were drawing every day were making more progress than I was, because I knew I was already talented, so I didn't have to work at it as much, right? No, wrong. If I worked as much as the people who were not talented but who were consistent, yes, then I would have an advantage over them. But without consistency, without any effort, without nurturing your talents and skills, it will only take you so far. And if you are a beginner at something, you need to allow that thing to grow. You need to allow that thing to develop in time. The only thing you need to care about is not to be cringe, isn't to not feel stupid. The only thing you need to care about is, are you better than you were yesterday when it comes to skill building? I know it sounds like common sense, but many people actually don't know about it. Many people think that if they are not good at something in the first few tries, if they don't feel good in the first few tries, that they shouldn't do it because they are not talented at it. You don't know for sure. Maybe that is not for you. You do not know for sure until you have tried enough times, until you have put in enough efforts. You have no idea how that thing will make you feel once you go over certain milestones in your skill building. So, if there's something that you have been wanting to try, you have been wanting to learn, I encourage you to go try that out. I mean, why not? In the worst case scenario, you will lose a little bit of time, but it's not really a lost time because you will learn something about yourself, or you will lose some amount of money. Again, it's not a total loss because you have learned something. Even if you didn't enjoy the thing that you have tried, you learned something, and that's a gain. It's not a loss. And if you are trying to build a new skill and it feels scary, and you feel you are not smart enough, and you feel like you are lacking talent, I encourage you to give it more time. Give it more time to keep nurturing it, keep growing that talent, and keep putting in efforts and see where it goes. So yeah, that's my message for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care.